Hello, 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 everybody, and welcome to another episode of the Crust Flopcast.
Oh yeah.
Hello, hello, hello. As always, ladies and gentlemen, I am joined by a returning Damo!
What's up, motherfuckers?
Yes! We got our catmate back! Woo!
Hell yeah.
Appreciate Ivy for stepping in though last time. Very much appreciate that.
Oh hell yeah, she did an amazing job.
Bless her heart. It was a bit out of left field for her, I know, but it was still very good. Can I just say, folks, it is getting warm again. So if you're going out there, folks, or you have to be out in the blistering heat, make sure you have plenty of fluids and you have plenty of coverage, like hats and stuff, or you take a break in some shade. Because apparently here in the UK, it's going to be cooking in the next few days.
Yay! So
Yep.
I've moved my fan into the living room.
Yeah.
I looked at the temperature, I was like, yeah, nah. Already 25 degrees Celsius. Nah. That does mean no, however, I will put this out there. Yes, I personally, yes, I have not put my stream schedule out yet.
That's because you're not
That's also
sure.
Yeah, because I'm not sure, because we all know my rule. If it's above a certain amount of degrees,
Yep.
then, there's no stream for me, because if I sit here, I'm going to be sweating. Not just on the game, but in real life.
Yeah.
So it's very much weather dependent.
Better to actually not push the luck when it comes to that.
Exactly.
I hope you have all kept safe since the last episode. And remember, everything that we cover is information that we have found, and we've done what research that we can in regards of it to have some form of confirmation. So do not take everything that we say as gospel. Use it as possibly an opportunity to actually maybe look into things yourselves. So then you can actually find out either how far things are or how not far. But with that being said, though, ladies and gentlemen, Damo,
Yes.
what the fuck you been playing these past, I guess you could say, 4 weeks?
Well, that's if I can remember as far back as 4 weeks' time. That's alright. Honestly, not a lot. So I've obviously been doing my dailies on Honkai Star Rail. I've been getting into Black Desert Online. Been playing Metal Hellsinger. More importantly, the little mode that it has on it. I can't remember what it's called specifically.
Oh, like the survival type mode?
Yes, but where you can play where DLC songs and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Now apparently, I can do up to phase 5 or 6 just fine on Paramore, but when it comes to, I think it's Disturbed, I can't even get past the second stage.
It's Disturbed. What do you expect?
Yeah, but if you think about it, it literally says beats per minute is a lot less than Paramore, so
Yeah.
I don't understand that front, but we're not gonna go there on that one. Played a little bit of Atomfall, trying to get some of that completed.
Oh,
Did some Munchkin Digital on stream with Ivy.
Yeah. How was that, by the way?
It was funny as fuck, but we definitely need more people on it.
From what I saw, it looked like it was funny as fuck.
Oh, honestly,
Yeah.
It really was. It was fucking stupid. I loved it.
We do like stupid games here.
Yeah, exactly. Some Phasmophobia off stream at one point with, Ivy, Inventor, and my boo. Obviously, some date everything. Let's see.
There's so many characters in that game. Oh my god.
There so fucking is as well. Oh, but that's okay though, because I have been able to get my bed to fall in love with me.
Hey! So you got Benny.
Yep.
Nice.
And then the video game console.
Yeah.
she hates me. Which kind of sucks. All because I was like, well, no, we're friends. Like, what do you mean?
I think there might be a way for you to actually turn that around.
I don't know. I've been trying to stay away from, like, spoilers, to be honest.
Yeah. Well, there has to be a lot of way, like, there has to be a way to, like, the relationships to fluctuate like that. Surely.
You'd think, yeah, potentially.
Yeah. Like, with most dating sims, there's usually some form of, like, way to flip it.
And obviously last Tuesday we had to cancel because I was getting very frustrated. Because even though the game works fine, every time you tab out, it minimizes it completely. So I was trying to find a way around that. Borderless Gaming, which is my normal go-to for a lot of older games that I want borderless, wasn't working. We tried a piece of software called W something. That got me nowhere. You know? And I just kept getting frustrated.
Yeah.
And bless my boo, he was definitely trying to help. And I appreciate him helping because, you know, Chaos even said to me, like, the only reason why I kind of stayed quiet is because, like, I don't know how any of this works. And bless my boo, he was just like, yeah, but you said you appreciate him not helping. Yeah, but the difference being is you kind of know what you're doing when it comes to this. So I'm still going to appreciate your input. Like, don't worry.
I only looked into one little thing because I thought, I might be able to do something here, and that was was about as far as my knowledge would stretch.
Exactly, you know.
Any progress on that front yet, or is it still no?
Nope.
Ouch.
Nope. I am very close to uninstalling it.
Fucking emails.
Love that. At one point, I did do, you know, the Learn Japanese game that I told you about that I got?
Yeah.
I played that momentarily. Very interesting. Very much a you have to remember what the letter is.
Oh.
Vibe to be able to get a hit. Haven't really touched it since, honestly. You know, and I'm not here to do any plug-in, but it is getting closer to that time because I'm going to mention it right now. With permission of Chaos, because I'm pretty sure he knows what I'm going on about.
Yep, that is in September, if I remember right.
Yep, on my birthday.
18th?
Yes.
Hey,
yes.
I got
18th of September. We still need to come up with a few more ideas for the... So I'm gonna say this. I think it would only make it right to make that wheel specifically 500. Because, you know, like, the wheel spins and everything is going to be half price.
Yeah.
So it makes sense for that one to be 500 over, you know, 1,000.
Wait,
and I have decided...
Quick question. Does that include the channel point?
Unfortunately, yes.
You're safe, because I used all of mine the other day.
But yes. And also we have decided on a price for the... face cam outfit stream. I'm saying it like that because just in case my boo is watching, because he doesn't know what the outfit is.
So, say less.
Yes, but the price for it is going to be 5,000 bits.
Well, time to sit there on the. Time to sit there and build up.
Because, yeah, I've got the outfit, and the outfit fits.
Hey!
So it's sitting in the back of my little shitty wardrobe that I have. Hey, nice. Got a new follower.
Yeah. Thank you very much, Bliss.
Very happy with
thank you very much, Bliss Bella TTV, for the follow. And welcome to the pizza party who you ready to roll around with the rest of the nobles and have some fun.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Out of blue.
I know, right? That's great.
We'll take it.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. So yeah, like, you know, apart from that, I don't think there's been anything else really that I've been playing. What about you, Chaos? What have you been playing the last few weeks?
Well, I've been doing a variation of things. Obviously, been doing a fair amount of Moss Island Wilds, which we beat the final story of on stream. which was an absolute bitch of a fight. Almost actually lost doing it. Tried taking on the event one and got completely mollywopped. Kane and I did. And by that I mean basically at one point he and I got one shot at the same time.
Ouch.
And considering he is way higher than me on that game, that should give you an idea of how hard that thing hits.
Oh, yeah, no, definitely.
Obviously we're doing Star Rail, been jumping on more Persona 4 Golden and Persona 5 Tactica. So having fun with that. Obviously Mario Party Jamboree with Ivy. Which she is winning in that series now, like by quite a lead. Goddamn chance time. Fucking stealing all my stars and able to give it to the goddamn AI. I'm sorry. I got so damn screwed. Like I fought hard to actually come back, and I managed to get second place again. I managed to claw it back, but fucking hell, if I hadn't lost my stars and had them given to Toad, I would have probably won that, and I'd have evened up the stab score. So I think there's like 2 or 3 maps left. So essentially, I need to win every single map now in order to at least even up the whole thing.
Yeah.
If I lose the next one, Ivy wins the whole series in general. We'll still keep playing, but Ivy will... Ivy will have won the entire series, no matter what I do. And the annoying part is, I'm winning the minigames. I'm whooping ass on the minigames. But she's whipping my ass on everything else. Because the AI seems to like keeping my attention. Because the AI...
100%.
Because the AI is a bastard, even on easy. So God fucking...
Honestly.
So God fucking damn it. I have also been... I've also jumped back on Persona 5 Royal. Just because I've kind of got a bit of a Persona bug at the minute. So it's like, you know what? Let's play it. I'll platinumed it. It doesn't matter. I'll play it just for the lols. I did do a little bit of Pokemon where I was taking part of the raid event that's going on. And from what I've heard, it looks like we've already failed the whole event.
Oof.
Which was essentially, if we could get the shinies off the 4 sealed Pokemon that are in Scarlet and Violet. If the entire community beat them 1,000,000 times, we would then get the shiny variants of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, from what I've been hearing, it looks like we may have failed. But then again, that's not surprising. Offering shiny variants of those Pokemon at this stage in that game's lifespan doesn't exactly sound like a good idea.
No, it doesn't.
Well, I will admit, they're fucking easy to beat. Like, seriously.
But I'll say this though, honestly, like, not just that, you're going, like, at least in my opinion, it's one of them where it's like, you know, where they're now starting to hype up the new one that's going to be coming out. Like, a lot more people are going to, like, you know, down the line are going to become a little bit more disinterested. In terms of it though, because it's one of those, at least like I said, in my opinion, where the more you hype up a different game, the more it's gonna be like, oh my god, like sort of situation, you know?
Yeah. And then, of course, they bring out the absolute goofiest fucking Mega Evolution in the form of Dragonite. Looks like something Goofy drew with his left hand.
Oh my goodness.
I'm just happy Dragonite's got a Mega. I mean, it looks ridiculous, but... Hopefully it does more than some of the other Megas do.
Honestly, yeah, and the fact that it's gonna still have, like, you know, come out on the Switch as well, which is good news for me at least, because at least that way I can still, like, you know, play it.
Yeah, it will be out on the Switch and Switch 2.
Yeah, exactly. Because I have the Switch OLED. Like,
yeah. Funny thing is, to my knowledge, the new one that's coming out actually doesn't really have multiplayer. The only multiplayer thing I'll be is if you remember with Legends Arceus, the only multiplayer thing was literally the trading, which I think is what they're going to do with this one. And I kind of like that.
And that's not too bad. I mean, to be fair, like I would prefer like the multiplayer that we have in Scarlet and Violet. But I can understand though from a different type of perspective that with all the lag that we all had.
Yep, apparently. Yep, I've seen footage from the Switch 2 version, and it's smooth as fucking butter. It's like, bruh, you guys had to go an entire generation to fix that. Bruh.
Yep. It's a bit of a piss take, honestly.
I think I heard someone say the way it goes at the minute, it reminds me of early PS4 games.
Ooh.
That's level of smooth.
Fucking
and
hell.
I've seen it, and apparently Shining Hunter is a bitch in it now. And like, instead of like a few Pokemon spawning at one time, if you've done like a sandwich to get the Pokemon to spawn, a shitload will appear. You'll actually be swarmed.
Jesus Christ.
It's like, okay, that's interesting.
Right?
But yeah, that's enough of the regular jibber jabber. I think we should actually get into what these people are here for.
Yeah, of course.
So, from talking about the Pokemon games, actually a bit of a segue into Nintendo's latest, I guess you would say, bad decision.
Oh no, what have I done?
This is coming from Nintendo themselves.
Oh boy!
Nintendo Switch pricing updates. Pricing for the original Nintendo Switch family of systems, which includes the OLED, the Lite, and the Switch, and select accessories, will have their price increased.
Okay.
Which makes no fucking sense. However, it will change in the United States based on market conditions, effective August 3rd, so it's already happened. I assume that's got stuff to do with like all the tariffs and stuff.
More than likely.
Other Nintendo products, including certain Nintendo Switch 2 accessories, Select Amiibo, and the Nintendo Sound Clock, Alarmo, where they have an alarm clock. Yeah, that's how much that they really fucking push that. Is the fact that I'm asking, wait, they really? We'll also see adjustments. Pricing for the Nintendo Switch 2 system, physical and digital, Nintendo Switch and Switch 2 games, as well as Nintendo Switch Online memberships, will remain unchanged at this time. However, please note that price adjustments may be necessary in the future. Now,
oh boy.
Now, call me stupid for probably not getting the decision on this one, but why the fuck would they up the price for a older system? I mean, the tariffs I get to a certain extent, because obviously they've got to counteract the tariffs. But at the same time, you're not going to be making as much money on the older systems.
No.
The OLED, I would understand, considering that's actually got a lot more going, especially considering it's actually a bit more of a bulkier Switch, and it actually has a HDMI port as well as an Ethernet port.
Yeah.
So it's like, I'm not the only one, because I think quite a few people, when this came out, were very confused by this decision. But then we remember it's Nintendo, and they're going on a bit of a price hike as of late, so...
Yeah, but even then, like, I'm sorry, but your new system's just been released. Is it because there's not been that many, like, sales yet, currently?
Apparently, it's...
And you're having to make up for some more money that, you kind of over-budgeted for in terms of the new Switch? Because that's the only thing I think that would actually genuinely make sense. Apart from, like you said, like with the tariffs, you kind of understand. Like that's kind of fair.
Is it good?
But
No.
the Switch Lite has been out for so long.
Mm-hmm. That's not even
it
that
should
good.
stay its price. Or yeah, exactly. Like I've had a Switch Lite, okay, and I overcharged it once. And what happened to the battery?
It melted.
The second I took it off charge, within 5 minutes, it went from 100% to like what, 10%?
Yeah.
Which it shouldn't have in theory, but
here's what's funny. Apparently, based on statistic reports that have come in, not from Nintendo, from other people, apparently the Switch 2 actually is their biggest selling console to date.
But it's like one of them, like the way I see it though, right, as well. And I don't believe that for a fucking second, but then again, it was a bit too hyped and people did pre-order it quite a lot. I understand that, don't get me wrong. However, the amount of it being broken, you know, and I hope they fixed it at this point, because fucking hell, like that was abysmal at best.
Yeah.
However,
I've not heard any more reports about it, about any more of the breaks, so I assume.
But, like, why don't they end up, like, doing some firmware, like, you know, and hardware updates on the Switch Lite, on the Switch OLED, and even the Switch itself, so we have a smoother gaming experience, especially with other people? Because it just makes no sense.
I imagine because they've tapped about as much as they can with the Switch Lite, and OLED. I mean, with the Switch and Switch Lite, original Switch, I can kind of get, considering the original Switch is very old. Like, mine is very old.
Yeah, whereas the Switch OLED came out, like, what, 2, 3, 4 years ago?
About 4 or 5 years ago, so technically it's still a lot more they can get out of it.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you know, fix that shit.
Yeah. It's why why I'm saying, like, the question. Now, I actually do have, I believe... at the time, this is a source apparently coming from Target, what they were saying that the prices were going to increase to for the various systems. Switch Lite was going to be increased to $230. The Switch, $340. The OLED, $400. So,
honestly,
here's, like, the Switch Lite goes up by $30. The original Switch goes up by $40, which makes no fucking sense. And the OLED goes up by $50.
Honestly, man. To say I'm disappointed is saying something.
It's just a case of, what the fuck are you guys playing at?
Right?
Like, come on, guys. You guys could do better than that. But yeah, so if you are looking to get yourself a Switch, or any of the original Switch systems, get ready to actually pay more out the arse. Because, it is, so, yeah, you have been warned. So, Damo?
Well, this one's going to kind of surprise you, considering the last time we spoke about anything related to Guitar Hero, or the devs at least, was about the mobile game that they were going to be releasing, even though obviously there's quite a few out there that are
and also how that it was just not going to happen because because they were not allowing it, even though there was a team that wanted to do it.
Right. Well, this isn't related to the phone game by any means. However, Guitar Hero devs officially returning for a new game. This came across me on gamingbible.com, and it was released on the 7th of August. The article, I mean. Guitar Hero remains to this day a GOAT of the rhythm game genre. It really does, in my opinion, just saying.
Honestly, it's better than Rock Band.
That my opinion. Right? It's with that in mind that it's odd that the series' heyday feels like such a distant memory. Once upon a time, I'd have thought of Guitar Hero as a series that could easily withstand the test of time. Alas, it didn't, with the last mainline entry, Guitar Hero Live, releasing in 2015. The day many of us have been waiting for, though, has almost finally arrived. While I'd be lying if I told you that a new Guitar Hero installment is on the way, I can confirm that a bunch of ex-Guitar Hero devs have teamed up for a brand new release, which is easily the next best thing. Red Octane Games is the studio you'll want to be keeping an eye on. Concerned with advancing the rhythm game genre, the studio compromises various former Guitar Hero devs, including the likes of franchise founders Charles and Kai Hung.
Ooh.
Sorry for butchering the last name there, if I have. And production designer Simon Ebdier. As for the game they're working on, well, Red Octane Games hasn't exactly unveiled it just yet. We simply know something is in the works. And yes, before you ask, it is one that'll depend on some cool musical hardware by the sounds of it, just like those Guitar Hero entries of yesteryear.
Hey.
We've got a team, a real one. We'll grow it as we need to. But this project, this game, is not just for the fans, it's by the fans, and with the fans from day one, read a blog post by the new studio. This game won't be Guitar Hero, DJ Hero, Guitar Freaks, or even Rock Band. This is something new, a rhythm game built with love, by people who care, with the community at its core in this fast-changing modern world we live in. We're just not making we're not just making games. We're creating connected rhythm experiences that unite cutting-edge controllers, genre-defining titles, and a thriving community. Also stated, it all sounds pretty exciting. Although naturally, we could be waiting a while for something substantial to appear. But it sounds like Red Octane Games has been prototyping accompanying hardware for a new rhythm game for several years now, and I definitely recommend giving it a read for more information on that. There's very little on what the studio's first game might look like, though, making me think that it's pretty early in production. Even still, a new rhythm game from former Guitar Hero devs, I'll be there on day one. Don't know if I'll actually be there day one. However, I do miss the fact that there were, development studios out there that made things like Guitar Hero. And I don't care what anyone says about Guitar Hero Live, okay? Y'all fucking missed out on the whole opportunity. And I'm going to say this right here, right now, and why. Yeah, okay, the guitar didn't have the colorful buttons, and it had it laid out as if it was an actual 6-string guitar, kind of, like, with it being either side. And I get the frustration on that. However, as someone who occasionally reinstalls Rocksmith 2014 Remastered just to get my custom songs up, I have to say, I know it's going to sound very weird and very batshit of me, but I actually preferred Guitar Hero Live for that reason, because it helped me with the finger placement, and it felt a tiny bit more realistic.
Yeah, I think...
in the ways of playing a guitar, and that's someone who doesn't know how to play guitar by any means. But I have 2 electric and an acoustic.
Yeah. So, the idea of essentially a rhythm game like Guitar Hero coming back, honestly, I think it's fucking great. Because technically we need something like that. The biggest issue that I would see tackling it at the current way of things, DMCA.
Yeah.
You know exactly probably where I'm going to go with this one. Because with a Guitar Hero game, with most games nowadays, people will want to either make videos on it or stream it.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, some rhythm games have actually managed to find a way to get around it with certain rulings within certain sites actually changing to say if the music is actually in the game, then you are okay. And you should not actually receive any DMCA.
Yeah, however, if there is a, especially if it comes to PC, which it most likely will, what if we download, it's kind of similar to how Beat Saber works. As long as it's
custom.
Actually on the game itself, you will be fine. However, if it's a custom song that you're having to download, that's where I would say to avoid streaming that aspect.
Yeah. Like the base game or DLC music, you'll probably be fine. But that's kind of like, because I know some people across the board, like, they've done like variations. Like, there's Clone Hero out there, for those that have that itch, for the Guitar Hero bug. But I'm wondering if, because I know there are some rhythm games like Mel Hellsinger, where they get artists and they make original songs for said game.
Yeah, and then it's still DMCA free afterwards, pretty
Yeah.
much.
So I'm wondering if that may be sort of like the route that they are thinking of going, because that covers a lot of problems. The artists themselves are then involved and then are a lot happier.
Yeah.
We then get original music and a nostalgia trip at the same time.
Mm.
Sounds like if they go that route, everybody's winning.
Oh yeah, 100%. But obviously that may not be the case, and that may not happen, which yeah, kind of sucks. But at the same time,
Yeah, it's a case of what they can do financially.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, like look at Rocksmith. I know like a lot of people didn't like it, but I loved it.
Yeah.
And the reason why I loved it is because one, the mini games on it, like the duck one specifically, is literally my favorite, by the way, because it teaches you not just like, you know, bare basic of fingering movement and technique, but also like, you know, the speed as well. Because when you start playing songs that go a lot more beats per minute, you will notice the difference. And the reason why Rocksmith, in my opinion, was really good is it literally taught you from the bare basics upwards.
Yeah.
Even like if you play it on PC and you get like, you know, all the custom songs and shit, right? Still did it. And honestly, I'm there for it and I'm okay with that, because at the end of the day, you know, it would still then come up saying, oh, I think you need to practice this. Go on to this mini game.
Yeah.
Like, I remember playing the first Rocksmith game that came out, and I was like, oh, yeah, Muse, let's go. Fuck yeah! You know, because at the time, I was a big fan of Muse, and I still kind of am in my own way. Just because I don't listen to like as much anymore as I used to doesn't mean that I still don't have love for the band.
Yeah.
I've seen Muse. I'm going on a bit of a tangent. Don't worry, I'll reel it in. It's okay.
No, I'll let you cook.
Right?
I'll let you cook, because you let me cook. You let me cook when I go on mine. So.
So, I was very fortunate at the time, because I was dating someone at that time in my life. I was around about 15, going 16, or I may have just turned 16, one of the two. But my ex's mum, instead of giving him the Muse tickets, because she was planning on going with her partner at the time, and obviously they can no longer go, for a gift, she gave them to me. I could have chosen to take anyone. And I took that dickhead, but we're not going to go onto that side of the tangent because we don't need to. It's irrelevant. I got to see Muse live. Granted, yes, they were seated tickets, and that's where my appreciation for coming, like actually standing up in a concert, actually came from. To be honest, I love taking pictures, love it, and I had a really good time because I'd been wanting to see that band since my cousin Megan. Actually, shout out to my cousin Megan. Not that you're ever going to see this. For actually getting me into Muse. And when I say Matthew Bellamy, the lead vocalist, well, the vocalist, should I say, can hit those high notes. I mean, damn, that was impressive. That was a very impressive moment in my life, you know. And the way that he plays guitar as well, like inspired me from like that age, like, well, even younger than then, to be honest, because, you know, I've been listening to the style of music that I do specifically for a very long time. And he was one of many inspirations, you know, and yeah, I can barely read tabs, but as long as I've got it on the screen in front of me, and yes, okay, it's bare basics, I'm okay. You know, and I'll say this. Yeah.
Sorry, I just found something that I'll talk about in a minute that I think will make you laugh.
Oh boy.
In a good way. In a good way.
Yes. You know, and it's just like we need more games like this out there. It was ahead of its time, and a lot of people shout on it because it wasn't something that they either wanted or didn't have much appreciation for. And this is a lot of my childhood.
Dude, I did a shit ton of Guitar Hero back in the day. That was like, that was my college. That was my college game.
That was me in like high school, literally like in secondary school, right? Like, I remember it being on the Wii, and I go to one of my cousins' houses, like, albeit not what I kind of wanted to do anyway, because it was the cousins I didn't get on with.
Anyway,
but they had Guitar Hero.
Yeah.
They they had Guitar Hero on the fucking Wii, and I was like, bet. I'm gonna do it on medium, and I'm gonna show you guys what I can fucking do, because I know the cheats to make it go faster. And I did.
Oh, God.
And they got pissed off with me, and I'm like...
I remember a couple of times when I would go over to my sister's, when Jim Jam would have a girlfriend over, he would be playing Guitar Hero and she'd just be sat there and he would be struggling with some of the songs on hard mode. I'm like, alright, get it here. He was playing, I think it was Guitar Hero World Tour he was doing.
I think you've said, yeah, I think it was, because I remember you telling me.
Yeah, and I'll be like, alright, get it here, let me show you some stuff. Whack it on expert mode. And I'm fucking off. I'm just just going at it. And I went, yeah, that's about it. And I think Jim Jam hated me for that a little bit because it's kind of a little flex.
But I don't see anything wrong with flexing like that, though. Honestly, I really don't. Like, if you think about it, because it's like if you got the skill, do it.
It took me ages to be able to actually play on that, play like that. It's like, bruh.
Well, yeah, exactly.
Oh god. But yeah, no. Fingers crossed for Guitar Hero. Well, at least something of that nature's returned. If we any more news about that, folks, as always, we will report on it as we find it.
Oh, 100%, 100%. Because like I'm there for it. Okay, like I'm there for it.
So this isn't one of the articles that I've posted in our group chat. This is actually something I just found that just popped up for me. Right?
Oh boy.
Normally I would handle normally any Baldur's Gate stuff I would let you handle because obviously it's your thing.
Yeah.
But this is too good not to take up.
Oh boy.
From Games Radar, in regards to the Baldur's Gate 3 mocap actors. Because obviously, everyone knows, obviously, if you've played Baldur's Gate or you've seen videos of Baldur's Gate 3, how animated the characters are.
Mm-hmm. And how, like, and I'll say this before you actually continue on the article, and how Neil Newborn actually ended up doing a lot of the mocap for a lot of the characters, especially the NPCs as well.
Oh, you're gonna love this.
Baby.
You're gonna love this. This is the title. Baldur's Gate 3 mocap actors were so dedicated to the RPG's romance that they really kissed. So Larian had to make sure nothing too garlicky was nearby. We were very careful at lunches.
I love that. I love that.
Baldur's Gate 3 would only be a dry husk of itself without all the tantalizing romance scenes that give its colour. Kinda true. But there's way so much that, technically, if you were to take the romance, some of the romance stuff out, it would still be a very well fleshed out game.
Oh, 100%.
So, why wouldn't its actors have fully devoted themselves to Crimson and actually kissed? During the recent Larian Leaks livestream, in response to a fan who wondered if motion cap actors actually kiss when their characters do, which is a fair question.
Oh, yeah.
Animation head Greg Lidstone says, "We leave that up to the actors to determine if they want to. And on Baldur's Gate 3, they all wanted to."
Nice.
They don't have to, Lidstone clarifies, but recalls that on BG3 they actually all kissed, yeah. There was a lot of chewing gum and mouthwash, and we were very careful at lunches to find food that was not, like, very heavily garlicked.
Oh, that is so cute to know, though. Like, the fact that, like, you have the decision whether you actually want to, you know, kiss your fellow, like, you know,
fellow
colleague
actor,
for the scenes.
Yeah.
And the fact they were all like, yeah, fuck it, let's go. Like, I would love to have been there, like, just to see it happen.
Damo, you'd be flustered as fuck.
Oh, I so.
We'd have to actually get you out of there just so you can breathe.
Yeah, could you imagine?
I don't need to.
Actually imagine.
I don't need to. Anyway, this dedication to romance and oral hygiene, crucially, actually benefits how natural the movements in Baldur's Gate 3 seems. If you're hovering to simulate a kiss in motion capture, Lidstone says, and now you're tilting your head, and the other person now moves their head, and you don't move your head because you're trying to hover lip them, it doesn't go well.
Yeah, I think we can actually agree that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've noticed that in a fair few games, to be fair.
Yeah. So truly smooching is important, but that goes back to the idea of actors feeling comfortable with each other, Lidstone says. Sort of building up that relationship with those two people so they can feel comfortable enough to, like, just go ahead and kiss. Oh, God.
That makes me happy, though, because it's like, I love it when like development companies give the mocap actors specifically, like, you know, that chance. Like, look, you don't have to do it if you don't want to. We will work around it. It's not a problem.
Yeah.
You know, you have a choice, and I think that's really important, especially in today's gaming. I mean, it's important back then as well. Don't get me wrong, but it's the fact that, you know, you have that choice to be able to be like, you know, if you feel comfortable enough to kiss your fellow mocap actor for these scenes, you have all rights to, but we are not going to pressure you to do it. And I think that is very, very important.
Yeah. I literally just popped up for me. I was like, all right, I gotta tell this. I know Damo's gonna love this.
Which goes into my segue.
Hey, 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 hey.
Hey. So it's not a surprise. I am in the Larian Studios official Discord server.
Legasp.
Yes. Now, I'm going to quickly pop in there to get the exact date this announcement was made.
Yep.
La, 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 la. Let's see. Wait. Got to do a lot of scrolling. I say that, but, you know, not that one. It won't be event community news, I think, or is it in official? Give me a second. What? There we go. So on the 31st of last month, Wombat Medic put in the thing in the official news in their Discord server saying, "Hey, at Baldur's Gate 3, long time no see. Well, patch 8 may have been the last major game update as we head into development on our next game. We're still very much keen to ensure you can enjoy the best possible Baldur's Gate 3 experience. Which means we're still fixing things, and although more cold than hot, today's hot fix introduces fixes for game crashes that had been plaguing us, and finally tackles Shadowheart looking like she's on a Zoom call and the lag being experienced for navigating the radial menu with a controller. But it's also good news for modders in today's update. If you've been struggling to publish larger mods and run into a task was cancelled error, this should now be resolved."
Hey.
Yes. But also as well, just to double check things whilst we're talking about the Baldur's Gate 3, you know, they've even released in update 35, not as in the game update, by the way, just to clarify for everybody, of some, you know, to celebrate, we're sharing the rare achievements and then the even rarer choices that you've been making in game, you know, which I think is pretty cool that they've been able to do that, considering that was part of their 2-year anniversary.
Mm-hmm.
There has also, just to say as well...
Wait, has it actually been 2 years for it already?
Yep, it's, well, technically been over 2 years now, yeah.
Fuck me. Christ, It doesn't feel like it.
I know, right? Since the introduction of mod support in September 2024, you've, as in, like, the community, have uploaded over 8,500 mods to mod.io. And even hit a 265 million mod downloads, which is over 250,000 of all downloads are Withers Big Naturals, by the way. And they just thought they'd let us know on that front. You know? So that is just chef's kiss. But also as well, for the obscure achievement, it, you know, turns out we're missing a few bards. And not just that one. Only 1.82% of all players managed to earn 100 gold from playing music. PlayStation players are more musically inclined or platinum motivated, with 2.26% of all PlayStation players have earned this achievement. 2.07% of players wobbled their way to victory, defeating 20 opponents whilst drunk. PlayStation players were the ones most often drinking from the bottle, closely followed by Steam players. 2.3% of players managed to multi-class. Let me just move this over to my other browser so I can actually read it properly.
I was going to say,
represents. I know, right? Managed to multi-class their way through every class in a single playthrough without asking dear old Withers for a helping hand. 3.87% of players managed to defeat Gortash in Worm's Rock without activating any traps. Steam players had the fanciest footwork, with 4.37% successfully avoiding triggering traps. 1.1 million players have completed Baldur's Gate 3 in Tactician mode. Almost 500,000 players thought it would be fun to complete Baldur's Gate 3 in Honor mode. That's another 314,090 new traumatized souls compared to last year. Hope you love pain.
Why would you do that?
I know, right? 6.24% players managed to knock the dragon out of the sky mid-flight, which I have not been able to do and have been trying to do for the longest fucking time, by the way.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Oh, wait, when your dragon initially appears. Right, I got it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it.
In Act 3, yeah.
I've not even got out of that. I've not even got out of Act 1, so...
2.65% of players managed to rescue Saza 3 times in one playthrough. She cannot be caged. And just over 5% of players managed to avoid any tiefling refugees meeting an untimely death. 8.21% of players thought to use an enemy as an improvised weapon against another. Over half of the brave heroes who finished the game in honor mode, a few of you decided to go ahead about it in creative ways. 4,647 players managed to beat honor mode using only a level 1 character. That's fucking impressive.
What?
I think that deserves a bit of a round of applause for those players that have done that with using just a level 1 character. So congratulations.
Hang on, I can help out there.
Yes. Thank you. 31,180 players beat honor mode as a jack of all trades. Very nice. We released patch 8, the final patch, in April this year, bringing you both cross-player photo mode and 12 new subclasses, which we can only assume sparked many an argument between friends whether Shadowheart gives life cleric or death cleric vibes. Turns out the results are balanced, like all things in life and death. Yep, the top 3 most respect companions. 1,414,506 people decided to respect Will. 684,454 respected Gale, as well as a staggering 4,890,005 respect Shadowheart. Subclass
I'm seeing a lot of Shadowheart activity here.
Well, to be fair, the way that they've got her in the trickery domain, it does not suit at all. Like, I can understand story-wise, but for her, the way you play her, it's not the best. To be honest. The subclass.
I was going to say, that just shows that our girl Karlak's that good.
I know, right? Now onto the subclass respect stats. Karlak was the most often respect into the Oath of Vengeance Paladin subclass. Shadowheart was almost equally as often respect into either Death Domain or Life Domain Cleric subclass. That checks out, yeah. Lae'zel was most often respect into the Oath of Crown Paladin subclass. Gale was the most respect into the Draconic Bloodline Sorcerer subclass. That's actually interesting, to be honest. Astarion since patch 8. Astarion was respect the most into a Hexball Warlock across 27,682 campaigns.
Really? A Warlock?
Uh-huh. Will, not to be outdone, Will has been respect into a Hexblade Warlock across a whopping 333,403 campaigns as well. Baldur's Gate 3 in numbers, 350 players also respect Minx into a Death Domain Cleric. Are you folks doing okay? Literally is what it says on the image, by the way. I mean, to be fair, that kind of checks out, though, for Minx. I have to say. I can kind of see that.
Are you guys okay? Do you need to talk?
Right. 598 players adopted a child with Will. Aww. 446,718 players reached across the weave with crossplay to enjoy the Baldur's Gate 3 together on different platforms. Fuck yes. And then there's some photo mode creations as well, which I'm loving the looks of, by the way. That looks so cool. Oh, the Astarian one, that looks so cool. Anyway, I do like the photo mode aspect though. My desktop's background is of mine and Inventor's characters like jumping in the air in our underwear, so you know.
Kind of like an old school movie thing where it just like freeze frames at the end and you expect like a load of like details on how the characters have been since that.
Oh, 100%.
That's what that reminded
honestly.
me of.
I know, right? Like, it's just, I found it really cool. The fact that, you know, that it's one of those, you know? Like, it's not often you get to see, like, things like that as well. Like, and they're still doing, like, you know, some themes for, like, mods and stuff as well. You know, which is actually really cool. And they're still keeping up with some live streams as well. So please do tune in to Larian if they go live. And if you see anything out there that we haven't seen yet, definitely go ahead and check it out and let us know. Because obviously, like, I'm not always around, or Chaos isn't always around when they do go live. You know, I'm still waiting to see if there's going to be any mods released for any more cut content. Because cut content and, you know, out of bounds stuff is my shit. Literally, when it comes down to it, my entire YouTube recommendations, if it's not The Sims, it is literally out of bounds stuff and cut content stuff across the board for like games of any genre.
No,
you know?
surprise.
I know, right? So there's that, you know? What about you, Chaos? You got anything else?
I've got a few things actually.
Alright.
As this one's unfortunately going to go the serious route.
Oh, boo.
You knew it was going to happen. We were going to have to tackle this.
Yeah, I know.
And I know you have some opinions on this, so once I finish this little bit, I'll let you have your own opinion on this one. So, as many people are aware of what's currently going on in the world with the whole age verification shenanigans, I think the best way to actually do it without being harassed in regards to it by said governments, it's hitting all across various media with the aim of apparently protecting children. Although there are some flaws within the system that are very easily exploited.
Yep.
Many people are wondering how long before it actually hits games. Well, might not have to worry about it too. Might have to not think about it too much because it's already hit Xbox, and will only really fully take into effect next year. Though you'll get asked about the. You can put in the age verification thing now to save yourself the hassle, but I believe it is June next year or April next year that it will essentially, if you don't verify your age, then you will basically lose access to doing the social stuff on Xbox, like messages and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You'll be able to play games, just won't be able to do that. Well, to a certain extent. One particular game that many people, myself included, have been wondering how hard they're going to get hit by it. GTA. More specifically, GTA Online. Many of us haven't played GTA Online throughout various means of our lives. And at some point, obviously, you'll have to deal with a little shit... a child who has barely started to grow any form of testicular muscle. Throwing abuse at you, calling you all sorts of names under the sun. And then when you beat them, you get called called a hacker. Or they say how they've slept with your mum. That sort of stuff. Well...
Yeah, nothing new.
And this is coming from Metro. GTA Online will add age verification to comply with the UK law, claims Insider. Rockstar is said to be planning an age verification system for GTA Online, with GTA 6 rumoured to be followed suit for its online mode. While GTA 6 is expected to come with its own dedicated online multiplayer mode, it's currently unknown whether that will be something separate from GTA Online or just an extension of it. If they'd be smart, it'd be an extension, considering the amount of hours people have put into the original GTA Online. Will GTA Online be shut down, or will we be forced to hop over to GTA Online 2? Or is this a player base substantial enough for Rockstar to keep supporting both? That could be objective on how you think on that one.
Yeah.
Rockstar will have... some people are saying hopefully Rockstar will have an answer before GTA's launch in May next year. Although a new rumour suggests that big changes are coming to the way GTA's features are accessed, particularly in the UK. The rumour comes from noted Rockstar data miner Tez2. Now, obviously, we don't normally pay too much mind to rumours unless there's something to back it up, and considering the state of the world as it's currently going, it might be easy to believe.
Oh, yeah.
Rockstar is planning to implement age assurance checks in the near future, rolling them out by region. You may need to verify your age to access GTA Online, or certain features like phone messages, text chat, and Snapmatic may be restricted until you verify your age. While GTA Online and extension GTA 5 has an age rating of 18, there is technically nothing stopping you from playing the game regardless of your age. Well, I mean, fucking parents, but, you know... But hey, when the parents apparently vary into it, oh wait, when they're trying to be when they're trying to pass off kids to substitute parents. Yes, I have a thought about it. However, this age verification is implemented. Adult players will need to provide proof they are old enough to play GTA Online, while younger players will be locked out entirely. Tez2's claims sound perfectly believable considering recent changes made across the internet thanks to the UK's Online Safety Act. Bullshit. While a lot of focus has been on adult sites needing to ask users for their ID, social media sites have also been affected. Yep.
Oh, yes.
There's no reason to really read any more of that, but I can basically give you I'm going to basically give you something I want to say. I've seen a couple of people on Twitter post their cosplay stuff, and it's a little bit risque, and they're fine.
Yep.
Yeah, our friend Beth, she'll post her stuff from her recent conventions, and yeah, apparently that's classed as adult content. It may contain something that's harmful.
Which makes no fucking sense. All things considered, every single one of Beth's cosplays, as I've seen a lot of pictures myself, and usually when Beth does go to a con, bless her, I love her so much for this, she will actively send me in my DMs pictures of her cosplay. She will even ask me for some advice on which, you know, so for example, a outfit accessory to go with the cosplay, or, you know, which top to use, etc. You know, to make it her own. And I appreciate that. I love the fact that she does that because, you know, I live vicariously through her because I've only been to one con and it wasn't even a big one, it was a small one.
Yeah, but
so I live vicariously through her and other cosplayers that I'm friends with.
But here's the thing. Those very pictures that Twitter/X or whatever they want to fucking call it is being classed as adult content. Yeah, I see the pictures on Blueski, and it's clear there is no adult content there that would be considered harmful to kids, period.
None whatsoever.
So it's bullshit. Am I a bit biased 100%. In regards of it? Yeah. Because I think the whole thing is absolute crap.
It is shit, because at the end of the day, it's a lot of horse shit. And at the end of the day, you know, incoming Damo rant for a second, if you don't mind.
Go for it.
Now, as I've said across the board to many people, including, you know, a few servers where my opinion was asked, I'm all up for protecting the children on the internet, because at the end of the day, growing up on the internet, myself, yeah, there should have really kind of been a couple more laws out there to protect me as a child, as a teenager more so. However, to go about it the way that the government have is honestly very invasive. Now, I'm not saying that because, I support PDFs or whatever. I don't.
No, none.
I think none of us do.
I can say this on behalf of the Murder Ball Society and the Pizza Party, as well as many other communities that we're both a part of, and probably across the entire platform. None of us support PDFs whatsoever. And if you accuse us of this, then you are very misinformed, and maybe you need to have a discussion with us, or maybe look into how invasive this entire thing actually is. Because it was only a few years ago that the governments were actually talking about online safety, and this is actually literally the furthest thing from online safety.
I'm not being funny. Sorry. You can literally upload a not a driver's license, sorry, a boat license from SpongeBob SquarePants.
Yep.
And get past that verification system very easily. Now, we tested this in terms of a means of a friend of ours.
Yep.
Wanted to test it out. Right? And went, go for it. And he was able to get it verified through Keanu Reeves' face.
Yep. And this is like it. I believe I say for Damo and myself when I say this is the biggest load of bullshit to actually come out of a government official's mouth, thinking that is literally the best thing for it. That is for protecting kids. It's not. If you were actually talking about protecting kids, then maybe you'd inform all the parents that, maybe inform everyone, maybe how to actually use the safety locks on tech that's already available.
Yeah.
Because guess what? I'm going to peel the 4-4 back here. Like, one of my nephew's father, right? They've set up protection thing on all their systems, right? So they can't actually access that stuff. Because obviously they want it so they can't access that without them knowing. Hey, guess what? It worked!
Yep.
They couldn't access the stuff. So, why the hell the rest of the fucking country, and it appears the rest of the damn world, can't do the same? Or actually, can't implement some form of fucking control? I don't know. I don't know why literally loads of parents have all of a sudden gone ahead and decided to take the route of lazy.
No fucking idea. And the way I see it as well, the reason why I find it quite invasive is they're just leaving it to, the companies, shall we say, because I think that suits across the board for everything.
Yeah.
For third-party verification.
And
all it takes is for you to go on one website that you didn't think or realize was dodgy to do that age verification. That's it. That then leaves you open and liable for best example, fraudulent activity.
Yep.
Email accounts being hacked.
Yep.
Bank accounts basically being rinsed out the fucking ass.
Yep.
And yeah, okay, you can say, well, yeah, but that's kind of the risk if you wanted to, be verified, online for porn.
Would agree if it was just porn, but it's not just porn.
No.
It's not just adult sites. It's everything.
And the one place that has taken advantage financially for this is Twitter.
Yep.
In order to verify your age on Twitter, you must pay for their premium.
Yep. Found that out.
That's not a great load of verification.
Yep. Found that out. And I think it's the biggest load of bullshit. And literally, again, this is exactly what we didn't want to see. And I said this in a post on social media a couple of weeks ago when this whole thing started. Who knew the day would come when prisoners and homeless people had more rights than every other law-abiding citizen?
And we're not saying that in such of a negative sense, by the way. We are saying that in the sense of,
what the fuck?
More so the fact is, and it does suck to be homeless. I've been there myself personally.
Yeah.
In the past. And I was very fortunate enough to be able to have a friend or two help me out in that situation.
Yeah. I'm not saying
people should actually... grateful for them.
I'll just clarify as well, because Damon made the point there. I'm not saying that everyone just needs to go homeless or commit crimes, because then that then goes ahead and proves what these people are trying to do as right.
Yeah.
Some people have gone about their way to actually, because we kind of covered this last time when spoken about payment processors actually trying to shut down a lot of stuff on Steam because they weren't happy. And people were actually forwarding their complaints to the companies. If you are going to go ahead and actually make open protests about this, because some of the politicians who have enforced this are actually being called out now by quite a few people.
Yep.
If you are going to protest about this, do not go the violent route, because that solves nothing.
No.
If you are going to do this, then be peaceful about it. Be respectful. And, because it's clear these people don't actually have an idea on the systems that are already actually in place ahead of it, maybe actually, if you're not sure, maybe actually look into the systems that actually have these child protection locks. Because guess what? Internet providers, actually, initially when you get your internet, you actually don't have access to adult sites or anything anything of that nature. Or anything of 18 plus. Doesn't have to be adult sites, but
they have they already have child locks in place.
Yeah. You can actually call them up and actually get it. You have to call them up and obviously prove and get it removed. So already there was stuff in place.
Yeah.
So it it's like pretty easy. And also, I believe I don't know if this is true or not, but I think it should be a thing. So if it is true, then do please let me know. If there are multiple devices in the house that use the internet, and obviously you'll know obviously the connection, you could get. I believe you might even be able to get it so that device is locked from the adult sites through the internet provider. Oh, you can.
Not just from the internet provider, but whatever company you are using for the SIM card as well.
Then
someone I used to hang out with still has said child locks on there because their mum. Bear in mind they are in their They are like in their 30s. Obviously, I'm not going to name them because it's relevant, but they still have child locks on their phone, and no matter what phone that they get, it's still there because it's related and on the SIM card. Even if you go into the device settings yourself, there are means of putting it in child mode. The same as the Google Play Store, the Apple App Store as well. Steam have child locks.
Yep.
Xbox, PlayStation, everything has child locks. And the fact is, far too many people did not think to go down the route of actually looking into the systems themselves within the settings. That just says it all, really, to be honest, doesn't it? You know,
it's already there, folks. Fucking use it.
Yeah, exactly.
Don't be lazy and wanting YouTube or whatever to be your parent.
No, like it's simple as that.
Your kids. Do not do that. It's all well and good actually just passing off the tablet or the phone to the kids or whatever, but engage with the kids. Talk with the kids. Actually show them what's right and what's wrong, where they should and shouldn't go for their own protection. Because it's systems like this, they think it's meant to protect the kids. If anything, it makes the kids more vulnerable. Because if the people that they're trying to fight against find out that that people that have put their details up have kids, that's literally just opening it up to them getting stalked and God knows what anyway.
Exactly. As well...
Sorry.
Go on.
Is that possibly playing on the fear-mongering side? Yeah, but considering what these guys are doing playing on the fear-mongering side and actually trying to get this pushed through, the fact they've got it pushed through anyway, literally it just proves that they have no idea.
Yeah.
The very people in power that claim to have this idea clearly are not aware of the systems that were already in place. So ergo, they have made uninformed decisions, and it's going to result in not just hurting us, it's going to hurt them as well. The only people that actually benefit from this are Ofcom and the companies that are sucking their dick.
Yep. And I also just want to make a point out there as well. One thing that's always stuck with me in terms of something my dad's always said to me, and I've been brought up whilst in foster care system, like the foster care system is about 5 foster parents. Once you upload it to the internet, it's never gone.
No, it's always there.
Now, it's always there, and I don't mean as in like you'll find it like in a year's time or whatever. Like even if you permanently delete it, say off your Facebook page, off of Twitter, off of it doesn't matter. The coding for that is still always there.
How do you think police are able to actually look into cyber crimes?
Yeah. There's always a way of getting it back.
Yeah.
And I've only done facial recognition for Discord, Xbox, and Blueski.
Yeah.
With my face. With Xbox, it was kind of funny. Despite the fact I had my glasses taken off, my living room was very well lit. At first, the first time around, it said it didn't recognize me as an actual person. Yeah, I'm going to let that sink in for you guys for a moment.
Yeah.
It did not recognize me as an actual person. Second time round, though, it did, so I'm kind of grateful for that.
Yeah.
In terms of Discord, I was able to do it first time round. Granted, it didn't, the camera bit wasn't actually working properly, so I had to back out of it and go back into it and do it, because I did it during midstream. Sort of thing. And basically, like, it's been fine since. But do be careful, genuinely. Like, I'm not saying this to be bitchy or demanding or whatever the fuck, like, you want to class it as. Be careful, because at the end of the day, it's the same growing up where your parents would have turned around and said to you, or at least the majority of at least anyway. I know I did, specifically by my dad, foster carers, etc., etc. Don't meet up with anybody on the internet. Be careful with what you upload to the internet. Be careful who you talk to.
Yep. Because guess what? And I'm going to say this, and I think you'll appreciate this as well, Demo. People bitched and moaned about companies going on a mass censorship. Nah. Welcome to real censorship, folks. You think you had censorship and there was no control and stuff like that before? Baby gloves are off on this one.
Oh, yeah. Like, it's even been reported that med students have actually gone on to Reddit as well as various other places who are literally studying the body anatomy, right?
And they can't access shit.
And they can't access it. People who are trying to reach out for mental health support, especially in a mental health crisis, are not able to actually, go and actually get it because of it, as well as, like, some people find comfort in terms of getting that support from subreddits and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Right? Because it's anonymity. Yeah, like having that anonymous bit about it, so you don't actually have to full on mention your name and stuff like that, just like the situation, like at the bare basics, so people can advise you and support you. People can't even do that now.
Protecting the kids, bullshit. Already politicians have been called out on various things across various countries. It's not a case of protecting the kids, it's a case of monitoring and censoring adults.
Yeah.
And I believe I'm right to say that we need to end
that we do.
And move on.
We do, because otherwise we're both going to go on a mass tangent about it, and it's going to take an extra 3 hours to get it done.
Yeah. So, Damo?
Yes. Let's see. So this one's from GamesRadar.com.
Yep.
It was released on the 31st of July. EA executive says The Sims 5 is, in quotation marks, not a good idea for our community, end quotation marks, because The Sims 4 has got so much DLC, quotation marks, what I wouldn't want to have happen to you is having to start from day zero.
Before you continue, Damo, all I say is this. They're making that statement. Bullshit. What about all the other Sims games that you've then done that for?
I mean, you're technically not wrong.
Like, I'm sorry. Like, literally, from, like, all that, like, wasn't there, like, a shit ton for Sims 3?
Yeah.
And then they did that with Sims 4, and there was literally, like, not even bare bones when it came out initially.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, EA, stop bullshitting. You just don't want to do it.
Sims fans have... Yeah, exactly. Well, Sims fans have spent at least a decade badgering a publisher EA for The Sims 5 after Sims 4 released in 2014. But despite teasing a sequel with spin-off game Project Renee, EA has no plans to create another main Sims title. And EA President Laura Miele stands by it. She tells in a variety in a new interview that Sims 5 is actually a bad idea. That sucks. We put over 85 content packs over the last 10 years. Yep, on The Sims 4. She reminds players, some of whom are no doubt crying right now while inbreeding their wicked whims families to cope. Damn. Resetting that is not a player. Resetting that is not player friendly and not a good idea for our community. What I wouldn't want to happen is she'd start from day zero. Miele continues. and start from scratch and give up all the things that you've created, give up all the content you've purchased over the years. She draws players' attention to Project Renee instead, which is notably another video game that people would presumably have to purchase and start from scratch. But Riel thinks that the online multiplayer might be one of the biggest growth opportunities for Electronic Arts, and she promises we are also going to be creating an update in the base technology and base user experience to the core on the core game. So you're going to have this life simulation, you're going to have multiplayer capabilities, we're going to have mobile expressions of this, says Meow. I see The Sims as a significant ecosystem and a universe of multiple Sims experiences that we have to build on, but The Sims 5 isn't part of it. Now, to be fair, considering there was talks that The Sims 5 was going to be online and multiplayer like only, as well as a subscription service. Now, from that point of view, I can see why The Sims 5 wouldn't be a good idea. Because as someone who's grown up with The Sims, and it's not a secret, I've grown up with it for a very long time, since I was around about, like, 10 sort of thing.
Yeah.
And I've played it from Sims 1 even to current. I understand on that perspective that, yeah, The Sims 5 would not be a good idea if they were to go in that direction. Because even while with The Sims 3 specifically, I can't remember the expansion pack, but it's the talent one, sort of thing where you could actually go ahead and make a band and make it big, or be a trapeze artist or stuff like that. You could invite through at the time the Sims 3 launcher, if you had any friends on there, to have them basically perform in the said town and make it so you're having a sim from another person's game basically come in and do that sort of thing, and you couldn't see any of it, which because it was a rabbit hole, which fair. That kind of aspect I kind of actually enjoyed. That was fine. But the way that they were talking about it initially was just there's not gonna be a point. It was just gonna be stupid. So on that perspective, I can understand why it would not work for one in today's day and age, to doing it that entirety. Now, if the fact is there is already a mod out there called the Sims 4 multiplayer mod, and you have to have everything that other person does. So considering I have every single stuff pack, game pack, and expansion pack, bar 3 or 4 kits.
If I were to jump on there, I'd need the same thing.
Yeah, and then it would be quite restrictive for me if, say, Chaos only had the base game. I would then have to uncheck all of that, as well as give Chaos all the links to the mods and stuff that I use, including custom content.
Yeah. Another thing.
Which, don't get me wrong, if that was the way that you would prefer it, that we did it just because you wanted to experience it, and I only limited it to 2 mods, which would be MC Command Center, which I genuinely to this day do believe is very much essential, because even though the game itself does have neighborhood story mode, your Sims aren't always guaranteed to breed with one another and keep that lineage going.
Yeah, same as you can't woohoo the Grim Reaper.
Well, actually, you can now. You can now, because now you can in Life and Death. Yeah, because of the Life and Death expansion pack. Because you get a special trait for it if you have a kid with the Grim Reaper.
Alright.
Yep. Mm-hmm. Not that I've tried or anything like that with another reason, sim.
Just something else I just thought of, and the reason why I think Sims 5, why they wouldn't want to do Sims 5. Look at what's currently going on with the crew. And and they're basically the shutdown of that. Considering how game companies are now starting to try and do that sort of stuff, which is pissing off people. So it would, in a case of them, obviously, essentially why Sims 5 won't happen. On top of that, it would probably be a bad idea, because then, if they were to start shut down stuff, look how difficult it is to get access to the older Sims games. It's very difficult to actually play older games, and with the way that companies are going about things, again, I hope that if they do make the next Sims, that they actually don't leave it fucking bare bones, and actually at least include half the shit that's currently in Sims 4. Maybe if they did that, they would actually probably be received a lot better. than what Sims 4 was initially.
I mean, to be fair, what they should have done with The Sims 4 is learn from the previous mistakes of 1, 2, and 3, because in 1, 2, and 3, specifically Sims 2, there was actually meant to be a weather system in the base game, which heavily failed, which obviously, you know, being the systems at the time, that understandable, hence why you had to wait for an expansion pack.
Mm-hmm.
Sims 4, I don't think there was pretty much of an excuse to do so, and yes, even the base game itself, thanks to the updates and stuff like that they bring out, like, you know, pre-expansion pack, game pack, stuff pack for launch, so base game users do have something to look forward to, and, you know, how they implement, they've implemented representation in different aspects to, like, for example, having, even though it's classed as an accessory on the game, one of those things that I can't remember what they're called, so apologies for my ignorance. Well, not ignorance. Yeah, I think it would be.
Ignorance.
Isn't it ignorance is bliss? Yeah, that's to say, ignorance, for not knowing what it is. But for those that are, you know, that people that are deaf, for example.
Yeah.
Even having, you know, if you are, say for example, you wanted representation of a sim being a trans man, you now have. Jesus Christ almighty, thank you so much for that post, but that was very aggressive. Hope you have a lovely day. Anyway, Jesus Christ, that was aggressive. Holy shit.
I thought that was the cat. I thought that was all the cats.
No, that was the postman.
What the crap?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
The postman knocks twice. No, the postman strikes with a baseball bat.
That made me jump. Jesus Christ.
At least you know it's there now.
Yeah, oh my god, that is the loudest I think I've ever heard that post come through, Jesus.
So, just something that popped into my head, Damo, in regards to this. Like, I don't know if you've noticed, but over the past, I guess you could say 2 decades, there's been like a trend in regards of like sequels of games where they come out and you think, oh, they had all this in this version, what are they going to do with the sequel? Hopefully they'll have some of the features that were in that. And a lot of games come out bare bones, look like they've barely just come out of beta.
Yeah.
Like, especially when it comes to sequels, it's like when you have a set, when you actually polish your product after time, obviously with like various DLCs and updates and patches and stuff to obviously fix various problems. When you go to release a sequel, it's expected that a lot of the issues that were in the previous that got patched out won't be in the next, and yet it feels like the sequel then ends up with the same problems and is basically you're just paying for the same game again. They just added some different stuff in there. It's like, like I'm gonna use a good example here. Tekken. Right? Tekken 7. It took them a while to get in the roll of things, but once they'd actually polished everything, and after they had a few DLCs come out, it was actually a fabulous game. Absolutely great competitive game. Absolutely fun game. Tekken 8 come out, and it seems the very same problems that they had with Tekken 7 they are now having with 8. And it's like, what are you guys doing? Why have you kind of given us something new to disguise the problems that you currently have? Why did you take everything you learned from the previous and not entirely patched it into this?
Yeah. Granted, like, different systems and stuff like that, don't get me wrong, and it took me a while to get used to the Sims 4 look, shall we say. Like, you know, and the thing is, they did so much with the Sims 3 when that initially came out. Like, base game, you had a lot of traits, you know, aspirations, you had the fucking color wheel, which, you know, granted, you only mainly get, like, when, say, you go in to create a sim for, like, you know, the pets, you know, like, with the new expansion pack, for example, with the fairy wings as well.
Yeah.
You know, you don't get it for, like, everything else, which is annoying, unless you have a mod.
I just,
you know,
it's just something I've noticed, and it's like, especially with The Sims and that, and like other games as well. It's like that seems to be the problem with sequels. Is like why sequels, I think people should look at with a very objective view. Because like the last thing you want is to pay for something brand new, and it's literally just the same thing, just with like more flowers, or just like the same shit, just nothing really different. Calling you out, Call of Duty.
Copy paste the maps.
Copy paste the guns.
Yep.
Copy paste the player base.
Yep. Yep.
So is that all on that one?
Yeah, no, that's literally on that one.
Alright. I've got a couple things that I want to talk about.
Yeah, I've got one more thing.
Alright. So, as many of you are aware, I'm a Dynasty Warriors fan. Like, it's no secret. Like, I've never hidden that fact. Well, something that was announced on social media the other day. Dynasty Warriors is their 25th. Well, they're doing like 25th thing, like, because the game's been out for ages. Blah blah blah. They announced major DLC coming for Dynasty Warriors Origins, which is a very good game, by the way, along with a remaster of an older Dynasty Warriors game.
Okay.
Now, as you can imagine, obviously major DLC coming for Origins. Obviously, I'm like, oh! That set off my Metal Gear alert sound. I was literally like, major DLC for Origins?
Like, bitch, where?
And then they announced a remaster of an older game. I'm like, that proper set me off for like happiness. I had a massive smile on my face. So normally with trailers and stuff, or when they make announcements, you can usually pick out little hints that may have a showcase of what is coming.
Yeah.
So I was curious if I could possibly pick out anything, just for the sake of the lols and hope.
Naturally.
Because they went through the numbers of the Dynasty Warriors games, and then they made the announcement of an old school remaster. The last number was there before they that I could see in the blur was the number 4.
Okay.
That might just be me like picking something out of nowhere, but a remaster of 4 or remaster of 5, either or, because that's what I know the fan base is clamoring for, would be fucking brilliant. Don't do a remake, remaster. Just polish up the graphics a little bit, make sure it works on current systems and PC and stuff, and we are happy as Larry. Guarantee if they do 4 or 5, guarantee your boy's gonna be streaming that shit all day long. Because I love those games. 4 and 5 literally had some of the best stuff. I will say in terms of character story, I would say 7 had it best, because they explored more with the characters of what happened after the initial 3 kingdoms started to slowly fall down. It started to show the Jin side. It actually showed like the Seema family, and as well as like their battles, and actually gave more like it gave them more flesh out look, and it looked fucking great. I enjoyed that. I'm sorry, but the PlayStation 2 Dynasty Warriors era was literally some of the best times I've had on video games. Period. I've been just sat there and I'm just like doing all sorts of stuff. Like anyone that's seen me playing Origins on stream, you'll know like how much I put into that game. Like I literally put like 86 hours. But to be fair, I was also like doing other stuff off stream too. But and I played through all of it, and I'm still going to be going back to it probably soon, because there's still other stuff that I haven't seen yet.
Oh, probably.
And also I want to do the ultimate difficulty and get all the rare horses and stuff that you can't get unless you do. Although one of those is going to be requiring me to beat up Lu Bu on ultimate difficulty, and he's already a prick to deal with. But yeah, no. Dynasty Warriors stuff. Yay! Now, Damo?
Yeah, so this is my last article.
Mm-hmm.
On Game Rant, no less, actually, published on July 26th. We are going to are actually going to be getting a new Friday the 13th video game, which, considering, I wouldn't even class it as controversy, considering of a licensing issue at the time, I'm going to assume something has come through for them to be able to do this. Now, I actually didn't mind Friday the 17th, Friday the 13th.
It was actually pretty good. It was clunky.
It was clunky. It definitely could have been polished, and there should have been a lot more updates than what they were.
Yeah. And at one point, they were shutting down the servers for it.
Yeah, they did.
But it's back up.
But yeah, it's back up, so obviously they've managed to sort out that licensing.
Yeah.
Horror Inc. has confirmed that a sequel to 2017's Friday the 13th video game is currently in development. The announcements follows months of ongoing rumors about the Friday the 13th franchise receiving another game adaptation. In 2024, yes. Anyway, Horror Inc., the owner of Friday the 13th IP, announced its plans to expand the highly popular slasher franchise through different forms of media, including games. Under the Jason Universe banner, the company revealed working with the original Friday the 13th film's screenwriter, Victor Miller, to bring multiple projects to life in May 2025. A recent licensing agreement suggested that a new Friday the 13th game might be in the plans. The rumors have now officially been confirmed by the creator of the Jason Universe. Speaking at the San Diego Comic-Con 2025 via Bloody Disgusting, Horror Inc. Executive Vice President Robbie Barsamyan,
apologies for the butchering.
Yep. Announced that the successor to Friday the 13th game, alongside a sequel to 2009's Friday the 13th film, were at the top of our list, suggesting that works on these projects was well underway. He continued, "It's where most of our energy is going right now." Moreover, Barsamyan, who was also one of the executive producers for the original game, said that even though a full-fledged announcement alongside partners is yet to come, both projects were in the works and were coming. The announcement of a new Jason Voorhees game should come as a relief to fans.
The Flan community.
Yes, the Flan community, which has gradually been ditched by its devs over the past couple of years. At the end of 2023, the survival horror game was delisted from stores, making the game inaccessible for potential buyers. As the succeeding year also wrapped up, the online server support for Friday 13th, the game, was discontinued, forcing players who still owned a copy to play offline with bots, given that there was little to no information about the sequel yet. It seems fair to assume that its release may still be a long time away. However, the project's confirmation alone provides something to look forward to for fans of the first game. Mm-hmm. In the meantime, horror buffs can turn their attention to a slew of different horror games slated for release in the near future, whether it be Bloober Team's Chronos: The New Dawn or the Japan-centric Silent Hill game, as in Silent Hill F. There is a good amount of variety set to arrive for fans of the highly celebrated genre in 2025. In the following year, Resident Evil Requiem is one of the major horror releases that enthusiasts would want to keep an eye out for. Which, to be fair, at least they've now officially come to an agreement.
Yeah. And
so
it's taken long.
We can have it. Yeah, exactly.
I'm gonna say this. I played the Friday the 13th multiplayer game, and as frustrating as it was at colour points, it was actually fun. And it actually was a horror game. It actually was a horror survive game. Much better than... It actually did... I would say it actually handled it a lot more than what DVD was at the time.
Oh, 100%.
And it's good to actually see something come of it. I hope that they try and go that route again, because if they were to try and go that route now with it for the new game, I think they would probably actually succeed a lot better than what they did initially. And as long as they actually pay attention and actually patch things that need patching and actually drop DLC that might be needed and not make it a live service game. If they actually pay attention and actually do things right, this could actually be very, very good for everyone involved.
Oh, yeah.
Fingers crossed in regards to that. And any more information, as always, we will keep you updated as we know. So, I know I said I had a couple of things, and I did one of them, but I just forgot I had another one. So I've got 2 more to do.
Go for it.
But this one's going to be a quicker speed run. So, Genshin Impact, been out for a while now. Was originally out on previous gen systems. Will be soon getting delisted from the PlayStation 4 store. It's available on all other systems though, with it actually coming over to Xbox Series soon.
Yep.
So if you still have a PlayStation 4 and you are playing Genshin Impact, you can still play the game. You just won't be able to actually download it after they remove it from the store. So there's that at least. Because there was obviously a bit of concern when the news did drop.
Yes.
Twitch had to look into quite a bit. Because the initial reports were saying that it was just getting removed from stores. But after looking into it, it's like, oh, okay, it's just being delisted from previous gen stores. Which, to be fair, when it comes to games like this, is going to happen. So,
oh yeah.
Is it sad? Kinda, but not surprising. Because you have to imagine making the patches and updates for previous versions is not exactly easy when you're trying to keep up.
Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah. So, people do with that what you will. And one more. And I think this one is actually needs to be, because I found this literally today. Now, obviously with the recent Dragon Age game not exactly being their best work to a lot of the community, a lot of the fans were not too best pleased with it, and would rather, Origins being at least given a remake or a remastered, whatever. EA apparently refuses to fund a remake of Dragon Age Origins or a remastered collection. This is coming from my Nintendo news, but I have already confirmed it with other news outlets as well.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Many of you who don't own other systems have been itching to play Dragon Age franchise from EA, and remastered collection of Dragon Age Origins, or Age 2 and Inquisition would be ideal. And you'd think they'd want that it would actually be a good idea for them at this point. Former BioWare executive producer Mark Dara has said that they have pitched the idea to EA several times, but the company simply refuses to fund it every single time. This is odd, as EA has released a Mass Effect collection which contained the first 3 games in the beloved series. Which is true. So why they refuse to do Dragon Age is beyond me. Dara says that EA as a company is against remasters overall. He also notes that Dragon Age Remastered Collection would be harder to accomplish than Mass Effect.
Which even then still doesn't make sense, but there you go.
Yeah. And that's all the article says about it. So they say that EA are against remasters. I'm like, I'm sorry, they say they're against remasters, yet they've done other games of theirs that are remastered.
Yeah.
Command and Conquer being one of them. Like, where'd they go off saying that they're like telling them that they're against remasters? I'm not disputing what this guy has said. I'm just questioning why make that excuse. Or is this the case of EA trying to be lazy?
But like I said to you in the group chat DMs, though, right? Sorry to interrupt, by the way.
Anyways.
It doesn't come as a surprise to me because all things considered, you know, we're never going to see, and I'm going to keep on screaming this at the rooftops someplace in the face every day of my fucking life if I have to. Alice McGee's, American McGee's Alice.
Yep.
The original creator still isn't able to buy his IP back.
Not because
and wanted to make a sequel to it as well.
Not because he can't afford it, is because they refuse to sell it.
Yeah, back to the original creator.
Yeah.
Which I'm not being funny, right? I know there's people going to be out there that are going to try and say to me, yeah, but they bought it, they can do what they want with it. But if they're not doing anything with it, they should give it back to the creator so he can go and do something else with it. It's as simple as that. But at the end of the day.
But that's the thing. Why would they, if they know the creators want to do something with it, that means that they see that there's a possibility. So why would they then give away their possible money investment?
Then why don't they let him work on it?
Because they want their own ideas for it. They don't want his ideas. That's the thing. That's all companies care about, is their own ideas, not what everyone else's is.
Well, to be fair, even if they were to do something with that IP, honestly, I think genuinely, in my opinion, they're just going to make a mess of it.
Exactly. That's why, like, if they won't, they'll only, honestly, I think they would only let him work on it if he did only their ideas.
Yeah.
That would be it. Hell, I wouldn't be surprised if they let him work on it and then try to force a battle pass on it.
Oh God, could you imagine?
Hey, considering companies these days, oh, you're playing a single player game? Let's make it live service. Oh, we're shutting the service down, meaning you can't play the game anymore. But yeah. But again, it's EA. Like, what do we expect?
Yeah.
Like, the Sims community's been crying for something for ages. For at least, like, the originals. It's like, again. Here we are, yet again, find ourselves in another situation where it's like companies refuse to do what clearly would make them money.
Yep. But they don't want to listen, and that's fine.
Nah, that's all on them. I mean, we need to get used to not owning our games. Alright, get used to not having our money then. Simple as. So, with that being said though, folks, that's actually going to be it for this episode of the Thin Crust Flopcast. Thank you ever so much for tuning in. And for those of you who are watching this on YouTube, if you missed any of this here on Twitch, then you can go to my YouTube channel to find this and the rest of the playlist featuring every other episode of the Flopcast.
Hell yeah.
The next episode will be on the 25th. And providing nothing happens, it will run as scheduled.
Yep.
And with that being said, though, folks, Damo, where can people find you?
You can find me over at twitch.tv/itsdamoo, over on TikTok, it's Damoo TV, on Blueski, it's Damoo, and also on Twitter, you can find me at Party with Knives.
Yeah. I'll say this again. Welcome back, Damo.
Glad to be back.
Yeah. But yes, with that being said, though, folks, make sure you have your personal belongings with you because we're going to be shutting our doors for the day. And remember, any information that you've heard today is the information that we've managed to find, is not the absolute gospel, because even we miss stuff. Look into information yourself to actually find where everything else might be, because if we miss something, there's a chance that you might find what we have not seen.
Yep.
Because remember, just because it's the truth doesn't mean it's the whole truth. What do they say in Fullmetal Alchemist? You must find the truth hidden within the truth.
Yep.
Perfect line for this type of business. Anyway, with that being said, raise your pizzas high and say it with me. stay chaotic, and live for the challenge.
Live for the challenge. Ooh.
Bye.
Bye.